On check voir si c'est celle-là qui marche. So I bought two microphones. Well, the first one was a Maono, the PD200X. Wasn't coming up fast enough, so I decided to buy the other one that came in a little bit faster, which is a 300X, both from Amazon. And there's the guy. So it's a USB XLR microphone. So plug the thing in and install the software that comes with it, just to have a bunch of more options. So this is not a review of the microphone. This is the finding of the troubleshooting I did, because this thing, it's Chinese and it talks with China and it does a lot of bad stuff. I'm not an expert in Windows, just know computers a little bit, so I can dig and troubleshoot stuff. That's my strong suit. It's troubleshooting things. The issue arrived 2 days after. The microphone was plugged into my work laptop, and I was doing Teams, and suddenly my entire laptop froze. Nothing was moving. Everything was frozen, solid, and it took 30 seconds approximately to have a mouse moving back. And while that happened, I got a message that says out of memory. So you need to close up some program and stuff like that. So the laptop is a 32 gigabyte laptop memory, and I'm just using browsers and PuTTY session for Linux administration. So I know I don't use that much memory. So it was kind of what happened. And then found out that this thing was creating TCP connections to China each second. It was creating a new TCP connection to China. It ran about maybe 40 to 50 simultaneous TCP connections to remote China. And no need to say that each connection uses a thread, uses more memory, uses this, and that. And on top of that, the CPU usage, while the microphone was idle, it was like maybe between 5 and 10% CPU usage by the software. So the microphone, then I switched it to my personal desktop and remarked the same thing. So CPU usage was between 5 and 10%, even though the microphone was off, muted, and it was just connected. And the software, the service that runs it, was just idle. Nothing was doing. So this thing was broadcasting, I don't know what to where. And I decided to troubleshoot this thing a little bit. So after a day, it took me, I found out with Stinger that this thing has a Trojan installed inside the software. And with other tools that I'm gonna show here, to dig a little bit deeper of what this executable is doing. And then I tried to uninstall it and use system restore to go back to a previous date prior the installation of the software. It did not go as planned. The Trojan seemed to have locked in place my ability to do a system restore, so I had to create a local account. First off, creating a local account and do the system restore that failed several times in safe mode. And that was done after uninstalling the software and wiping up a bunch of folders and stuff like that. So I wanted to make sure it was clean. Then tried the system restore. System restore failed until I went into safe mode with a local account, not my Microsoft account. Then I was able to do a system restore prior to the date it was done. So what I'm trying to do now is, what I did is I created the Oracle VirtualBox machine, which is Windows 11 Pro. That's the 23H2 version. My home machine is a 24H2, so I just tried the 23H2 instead. it's not it's not in Windows registered, so it's not activated. So it's just plain and simple. I have removed all the bloatware in this thing, and I have installed nothing yet. So it's brand new out of the box operating system. I'm gonna connect the microphone. But the thing is, it's gonna go through my USB in my desktop computer. I'm gonna make a bypass into Oracle VirtualBox, so the USB then is presented to the virtual machine. So at least the software will be able to detect the microphone and do these things. And then I'm going to try to demonstrate again what happened and what it did, and show you a bunch of things that most probably is not supposed to be doing. It's a microphone, right? And it should not be communicating on the internet. It's to create, manage sound effects, record my voice, and stuff like that. So the software should not be going into the internet. I also, once I figured out this, I also created a bunch of firewall rules in Windows Defender to block all the subnet IPs for China, because obviously at that point I started to freak out a little bit, because the Trojan that was installed was also it installed the rootkit and could potentially give remote access or backdoor to my computer to some other guy. So first thing I did was to change my CIBC password, and you're never too safe about that one. So I did that. So all right. All that being said, let's jump in. So I'm gonna remove myself from there. You don't need to see me that much. And oh, on top of that, I'm not a professional YouTuber. I'm just a guy that loves computer and hates it when something bad happens. So what I'm gonna do now is I might have to shut down Windows first. But okay, so I'm gonna plug the thing into my personal desktop. I should have picked up another machine though. But anyway, I did it once, I can do it again. Boom, so, all right, it detected something. That's perfect. Now I'm gonna go back to the settings. USB. Let's add a new filter for the Zen Maono technology limited thing. All right. So take this. I'm gonna remove that one. All right. So now, what's supposed to be happening is that window here is now probably recognizing device manager, the microphone inside of the virtual machine. I think it's that one, because I have just plugged the thing in. Otherwise, maybe microphone. So the PD300X is there. All right, so microphone's plugged in. Windows VirtualBox recognize it. My guess at this point is there's probably no action or no big things happening except Task Manager right now. So as you can see, it's pretty dormant. It is quiet. Nothing is happening. One CPU, memory not that much, disk and network probably not very active. So, all right, I have downloaded from SysInternal Tools Process Explorer and Process Monitor, as well as Stinger, because I'm going to be running a Stinger scan afterwards. And inside the download folder, I've already downloaded the drivers from Maono, which is the software that manages the microphone options. All right, so let's move it here. And yep, double click the thing and let's do this. All right, Shenzhen Maono technology. You know, usually you just buy something, you think it's safe and you know, blah, 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 next. So let's install the software. So far, there is nothing really out of the ordinary. Installing a service. At that point, I was in AI service, and I was wondering why it's called AI service. I'm no developer. I'm a Linux system administrator, so there is some Windows knowledge that I do not possess. All right. All right. So there it is. Maono service. That's the first thing. It's like, why does a microphone management software should be able to make changes to my device? Um, you know, well, all right. So let's just say yes, because we want a microphone to work and we want the software to be able to recognize what it's doing. All right. So beautiful microphone. It worked beautifully. The sound was good and everything is perfect. So we can see that actually, if I take the microphone a little bit closer, yeah, that works. So you see the microphone works, and then from there you have a bunch of options. I'm gonna mute the thing because I don't want it. I don't want them to, or whatever happens, to hear me. So um, I was thinking the AI service was due to this thing because there is a AI noise reduction. Not sure what that is, but and when you right click here, you also have the AI noise reduction shortcut there. So I thought it was this, but it's not that. The service is the software itself. It's not just AI, but they called it AI service. So if you go back to services, and from there we're gonna go to Maono AI services. All right, and this is properties, exactly this thing, so okay, so that looks legit so far. It doesn't look to be causing any issues at all. Right, so service is running, the software is up and running, and it's detected and it seems to work and all that stuff. So just take a look at the task manager. Let's see where it's at now. Maono's doing nothing. So far, it's just using 1%, 2%, not even that. But don't forget also that uh, it did run on my other computer for maybe 2 days, 3 days in a row. So yeah, maybe it builds up over time. Maybe now they just registered a new machine on their hands and stuff like that. So okay. So yep, a software that manages sound shouldn't be. Let's unmute it, see if it has more activities. No, okay. So let's try to change a few options. Podcasting. All right. So okay. So it's well it there. So we had a few percentage, and there's the Maono link. That's the software, and the AI services. That is right there. Um, I have screenshots of the other machine because it was also spawning a bunch of sub processes in there. They were called Qt Web something, which was also created from that. So let's just try to see if it made a bunch of connection to China, and if it has the same behavior that I've seen on my other machine. There. Let's do the resource monitor, and all right, let's go to the network, work activity, TCP connections. Bunch of addresses were starting with 111, and so far as I see nothing. So, okay, let's take it as it's not doing anything so far. No connections and craziness. Maybe it just needs time to build up and connect to these remote thing. All right, so let's try to see if I have my other screenshots in the meantime. I might need to have this VM running for a couple of days just to have the software and all the rest working. So where is a Snagit editor? Open Snagit editor. And yeah, so that's a few pile distances. I'm trying to find my screenshots again. see them. Oh, it's on my other computer, I guess. I don't have the screenshot right now. I do not. Je les ai-tu ailleurs? Give me a split second. I'll take a look on my work laptop. Might be on my work laptop still. Well, the Stinger scan is completed, and as you can see, it's the Maono software detected a Trojan or a threat in this one. I did remove the software on the laptop, so it's not there anymore. But I do have detected this that the software, the installer, the Stinger, which is made from McAfee or originally from McAfee, that's a standalone scanner, it did detected that the software installer possesses a Trojan called Artemis in there. Windows Defender never saw it. It never did. But this Stinger did, found it. Let me see if my screenshots were taken on this machine instead. Snagit editor. I think it might be on the, yeah, all right. So as you can see that it's not everything, but that was the process. Maono AI services that was doing bunch connections, TCP connections to remote China addresses, and those were all active TCP connections. When it was grayed out, it's because the TCP connection socket closed. But I found out that at first it was like Maono AI services was connecting to those remote addresses, and yeah, it was consuming connections. And is it? No, that's not that one. So it started there, then it started to build up more connections, and then it also went to multiple different IPs, and it was creating one TCP connection a second. So that was a lot. So that's my work laptop. Let's close it. Hello, I'm back again. So I was wondering when it's gonna do it on my new installation. The software is installed. I don't see any TCP connection out of the ordinary. Maybe I just need to reboot the thing. Yeah, I'm gonna just do that just to make sure. Yeah, let's do this. So let's close the software. Let's close that, and let's make sure that service. Oops. Let's make sure that the service is enable, Maono running, automatic. So everything seems to be there. Seems to be good. All right, let's just reboot the thing. Start. Maybe on restarts it's gonna detect brand new stuff. Don't know. We'll figure out. We'll see. So I'm going. It's the first time trying to do it with the actual virtual box. So I did not want it to do it again on my desktop computer or my work laptop. And yeah. Let's yeah, the VM is frozen. That's interesting. It did not used to be freezing. All right, let's give it a reset action. Let's reset the thing. All right. Please wait. Yep, I'm doing that. I'm doing just that, waiting for you to produce some weird stuff. Because I want to see weird stuff happening. Yep, alright. So, back in Windows. Almost back in Windows. Let's see if Maono has been started properly. Well, I see now that the microphone icon is blue and active. So it seems to be doing its thing. It's running. Okay, so service is running. Let's take a look at the task manager for Maono service. So it's not doing anything yet. That's not the behavior I had on my personal machine and my work laptop previously. Let's open up the software. Cool. Yourself. I don't know what that yourself is. Do I have a firmware upgrade? No upgrade. All right. So that's good. About, yeah. Settings and personal center. Okay. So minimize this. So the service is using like 1.6, 2.1. So we see 2.5, 2.0. So yeah, service is building up some CPU usage for doing nothing. It's not even well, the link also is doing a little bit, but the service is consuming. Yeah, it does. It does. So let's take a look at TCP connection just to see if something new occurred. Network. There they are. Maono link connections, TCP connections. So now I'm gonna filter. Well, the Maono link software is doing that right now. So it is not that much though. Not the same experience I had previously, but it's not the AI service, it's the Maono link.exe program. I should see the other software was showing me a lot of more stuff. 104, 113. So yeah, I might need to let the software, the VM run for a couple of days to see the AI service doing things. Because now the AI service is doing nothing. Well, I don't see it. Maono link. So all the Maono link went down. Let's take a look at Maono AI services. It's a 4160 process ID. Let's take Maono link.exe, and there is no oh yeah, Qt Web Engine process. That one is also nope. Maono AI, Maono AI, Maono link, and the Qt. Where's the Qt thing? Oh, there it was. The Qt Web Engine that was also from the other one producing things. So AI service is consuming CPU, the link, but I do not see remote connection yet. I do not see remote connection yet. So my guess is it's waiting for them to maybe try to access my machine and do things, but for now it is not communicating as it was on my previous attempt. Nope. So I might need to let it run for a couple hours, maybe a couple of days, and do this again. So I'm gonna keep an eye on that. And as soon as I see these things popping up, I'll just resume this video. All right. So interestingly, right now, the Qt Web Engine process started to read on my drive. Don't know what it's doing, what it's reading, but it started to read stuff. I'm doing nothing. Microphone is sitting on the desk, it's doing nothing, and yep, it started to read. Not right yet, but reading information from my hard drive. Interesting. So let's go to disk, see what's Yeah, that thing there is reading stuff from my hard drive. Not sure what, but it does. Now, just finished. I see no TCP connections yet. Network, it was pretty still quiet, so I'll keep an eye on. And if I see other stuff appearing here, I'll just restart another recording session. Something interesting has started. The Qt web engine process started to receive information from China. On the Maono AI services started to receive information from them. So I saw a bunch of TCP connections appearing, and some of them went back. But now I'm downloading things from China. That's interesting. That's very interesting. Or network communication. 111 is pretty much China. So you can see that because they are grayed out, they were initiated and then just closed. So I'm scrolling down, as you can see on the right side, all those IPs that were connected to, from. There is a lot of connections made, and most of them went out, but I'm still downloading things from there. I don't know what I'm downloading, but I'm downloading things. Shouldn't be doing that. Should not be doing that. Not at all. And you can see my Ethernet connections is receiving like something. So more connections appearing, a bunch of new ones. I'm doing nothing. I'm just looking at these things. So yeah, so the grays starts to fade out. So now I have 1, 2, 3 active TCP connections, but still downloading. Oh, now we have a DNS entry for that one. Dynamic data com China. Yeah, that's interesting. And more connections appears, the more as it comes. Yep. Still downloading a few things. I'm wondering if they're looking at the screen at the same time or not. But yeah. I have also some other processes that are sending a little bit, but still downloading 13 megabytes per second stuff from them. So not that big, but kind of weird. A bunch of more connections made. So I think the more I'll wait, maybe the more I'll get stuff. So when it finishes downloading this, it's gonna be interesting to see. All right, so the network download just dropped down. I'm not downloading anymore. So it kind of if it's downloaded some software that the service will enable, and I don't know what's doing behind the bars, but that's intriguing behavior from a software. And yeah, the same software I'm talking about, that one. So and if I go back to scene, just having a few click here and there, let's make it duplicate of that one so I can modify. Okay, let's say. By the way, it looks great like that, but oh, I just saw my Ethernet popping up a little bit. No, okay. Yeah, so color label. Let's make it blue because I love it blue, and let's change some parameters in there. So I would love the software if it was not made in China, probably better. But because the fact that they're doing this, it's not cool, not cool at all. Let's give me more base. All right, so changed a few options. Yeah, let's save that. Let's not here self. Yeah, limiter. Change this. Just clicking around back and forth on a few things. Make more gain, microphone, stuff like that, mic monitor. All right, so, all right. I try to record. Kaboom. I'm recording. Oh, okay. So it records and stop. So, okay, that worked. I will not play that, so I'm gonna just minimize it. So it finished downloading a few things, so I'm gonna wait a little bit more, see if it does anything else. For now, it seems to be on the quiet side. I'm gonna open up a browser and go on Google. I know it's not related, but if I give some activity on the computer, I want to see, oh, so yeah, as soon as I worked a little bit on the computer, it created, maybe not related, but a few more connections to China. It was dormant. I opened up that and it did this. So let's see. If I go to some website, TVA Nouvelle. Let's take a look at the news. So I open up a new, yeah, just, I don't know. So you see, just browsing seems to create China connections. So I'm wondering if it tries to, or if it's gonna also steal the web's URL I'm doing and the password I'm gonna type if I have password typing, but it should not be communicating. That should not be the case. So, I'm trying to find out if there is some website I can put. Ok, je l'ai déjà. Oh, that's sad. Parce que nouveau. Oh, yeah, Kiev pour moi. That's cool, cool, cool. AI, yeah, bad thing. So, let's change for another website. Let's go to YouTube. I do a sign in, and if I type whatever it is at gmail.com, just to make this thing, I'm not a robot, la la la, stairs, 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 stairs. For me, it's the same thing. Verify. Is it gonna work? Yep, alright. Blah, 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 blah. I know it's a bad password. Don't care. Just want to see if it does something. Right. Close this. Reopen again. Another browser. See if it does anything else. To Amazon. All right, I'll play around a little bit, and if I see some more, I'll just record her again. That is so interesting. I just closed the Maono link application, so the interface went down. But then the link application started to do a bunch of things in the background. And well, it's not closing. The UI is not closing. You can see it's closed, but it has other child processes that started. and I'm wondering why it was running 3D compiler thing. Anyway, so let's try to open up the web UI again, see what it does. So yeah, it opened up. Now let's AI services doing a few things. Let's go to see the link. And do I have the Qt web? Yeah, I have the Qt web engines. So, right. So those are the ones I know that is doing things. That's strange. So, well, that's happening. What I can, the first thing I can do that is not gonna trigger anything is the Process Explorer. You can start this without causing any issues with Maono. I'll show and explain why. It's at least with this, I was able to see the threads, the processes, and all the stuff that the exe was doing. And if I scroll down to Maono AI services, so I was able to see that, okay, this thing is working without no reason. We should process only sound, shouldn't be doing anything huge. And here again, the AI Maono link exe seems to work, and it's spawned to Qt web engines. I have no clue what those things are. I'm no web developer or anything, but you know, kind of weird. And if you look at this command line, it's an exe that was under the Maono folder. And where did I saw that? Which were performance graph? No, 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 not this. Threads. No, I know I don't have that. So, okay. Okay. So we see the threads, but TCP IP, nothing. Non, c'est pas ça que je voulais voir. That's not what I wanted to see. Okay, there it is. So there is a bunch of options that is being executed with this thing, and there is like enable features, disable features, background. You know, disable feature, background fetch, eyedropper, installed app, web, payments. You know, it's kind of what the frack is this? So that's running, and Maono here is still running. It seems to be using quite some memory though. Performance. So CPU. Yeah, okay, it's using some. It's using 3 gigabytes of memory. Is it me? If I compare with another one, just take example that one. 3 megs. So the Maono AI services uses 3 gigs of RAM. I haven't saw that past yesterday. I did not saw that yesterday. That's quite something, right? 3 gigs of RAM for this software. Wow. And yeah, this machine doesn't have a GPU, so probably that's giving me some issues because my own desktop computer is an RTX for 50 something, you know, so it was using a lot of GPU stuff at the same time. But this VM doesn't have any 3D stuff, so that's for sure gonna have a little bit of lesser impact. So yeah, so you can see that when those things are running, you can see that it's consuming things. The thing is, it should not go to the internet downloading or uploading things to this Asian website, China website, sorry. So, but what happened is when you start process monitor to see what actually, if you want to see actually what the process is doing, you're gonna have a weird message. So Procmon as admin, because I wanted to know why the process was doing something even though I was not uh, explicitly using it. So I went here, did the, oh, there it is. I think I just got it. Yeah. So as soon as you start that, Tamida, which is, if you go back to the Process Explorer, no, not that one, you're going to see it. Where is it? Where is it? Task Manager, Maono. Oh, je le vois pas. I saw that one yesterday. Maybe it's not there. Where is? Je le vois pas. Hold on. Okay, I'll put it aside. On va le faire de même. Ah, you see. So each time you click on that one, the AI services kill itself and restart another one. And because, hey, you have a monitoring program found on your system, so Maono is, no, I don't want you to see what we are doing. No software should be doing that, not by a million mile. And yeah, and each time I do this, it's going to restart another Temida screen, which is Maono. It's a Maono child process. So they don't want you to trap what they're doing. That's a red flag. Because with this, I would be able to see in real time which registry keys the software exe is doing. So if I, well, now the thing is going to change. So if I go to here, filter, let's take name. Where's name? Whoop. Process name is. Then let's go for Maono. AI service include add. All right, apply and OK. So now you can see that it's, well, yeah, I wouldn't see what's it's doing really, because it detect that I have this thing activated, and okay, I have enabled real-time thread. So if I do click OK, you're gonna see what it's doing. Then it detects it has this, and then just say nope, we're not doing anything. So with that, I would be able to see exactly which registry key, files, TCP connections, everything that the process is doing. But because it detects that, it just say nope, I don't want you to see what I'm doing. So now if I close this and I click OK, it's gonna do his thing and it's gonna work. I might need to get back Maono. So there is a bunch of services that were killed. So I'm gonna take that one back here. And maybe some, no, the Qt were goods. All right, so you see, you cannot see what it is doing. If I remove everything and I go back to network, remote addresses, so there is not much as for remote addresses. Right now, the software is not doing anything, but let's stop and start the service, see if it makes a difference. All right, so here, Maono, start the thing. It takes some time to restart it. So yeah. Nope, nothing yet. Oh, service is not even running. Okay, try it again. Start. Tries to, but it won't. It's not even starting up. I'm gonna try to just start the link software instead, if it does work or not. No, it won't start again. It's broken. Service is broken. Is the microphone working? Oh, we want to change. Why this time, you ask me? You installed something new? Did you? A monitor has been found. Yeah. Okay. So there is a monitor. You don't like it. That's not that one. Oh, maybe it's that one. So I'll close this one. I'm gonna try to start that one. It doesn't want you to see what they're doing. And yep. And when I close Maono link, we can see that it did some other things. I'm closing it and it's downloading stuff from there. And yeah, we saw it has a couple of TCP connection done. The AI service is not running. I'm gonna reboot the machine. Yeah, let's give it a reboot. Close that. All right. So let's give it a third reboot. Yep. And then I'm gonna go with Stinger and then scan the thing. All right, back. Yep, service is running. Let's take a look at taskbar. Go monitor. Let's see what we have now. Overview. Let's take a look at for Maono AI services. 2 EXEs. That AI service. Non, les autres sont pas faites. So it did created 2 services. Wow. All right. Okay. Again, doing network stuff after reboot. Just an AI service doing something weird. No disk activity yet. All right. Let it do his thing. I'm gonna start that thing. Now just starting this. All right, connect the microphone. It's already connected. Doing this. All right. So I'll go back here. Maono AI services added some new stuff to it. Now I'm gonna go and filter for the link and the QTs. All right. So link services and the Qt web processes. You see that it's active on the hard drive. The Qt, the PD, view equalizers, all right. Those looks legit a little bit. System32, D write DLL. Not sure what are all the DLL doing, but you know, there's a bunch of things. Processes, fonts, caching, task list. Maono link did a task list of what's running on the machine. Interesting. There is a lot of stuff interesting. Yeah. And still communicating with the internet, accessing, well, the Qt web engine core is doing work on the hard drive in the background mode, so people will most likely not notice anything at all. That's intriguing. Now if I go back to network, we saw that it created a bunch of connections, Maono link and AI services to the remote places. And it's still active on some connections. Not as huge as I was having 2 days ago. But again, it's probably just gonna start maybe in a couple of days, couple of hours. Not sure about that. That should not be happening at all. It shouldn't. And go back to overview here. So we have the disk, the network, and just take a look at what happened when I close the interface. It's starting a lot of things. Maono link.exe is starting a lot of things. Bluetooth stuff. I have no clue what all these shit is doing, but it also what web history, you know. So yeah, and why calling a System32 Direct 3D compiler DLL? Why? Yep. And it's not closing the software. It's still working hard. It reads things. It's working on the hard disk of the machine. It's still not closed. And I'm just closing the user interface. Still not done yet. It's going to take a few minutes to properly shut down. Oh, okay, there it is. So it probably took a minute just to do whatever it does, uploading on the internet some stuff or downloading stuff. But yeah, the service is still working. It is still working in the back. All right. That's so strange. So my suggestion is don't buy Maono microphones and gears made in China. It's going to steal your information. It's going to do these things, right? No good at all. So now that this is done, let's start the stinger scan. Let's see what it finds. Accept advanced settings. Let's make it report application. Let's repair. Let's make it very high. Well, if I do delete, it's going to delete the thing. It's going to try to repair the thread, but it's Trojan stuff. So, all right, save and customize my scan. Let's just go for the C drive and scan the C drive. I'll come back with the findings. So the scan is not done yet, but it found two so far. One is an NSYS thing under the AIservices.exe and the Maono update.exe, which is a the updater for the service itself. It's still kind of running. So, just out of curiosity. Oh, I think it found a third one. Yep, it found a third one. AI services, update, and that's the installer, the software, the installer software also had that. So let's make a research with Artemis D268FA 2086 Trojan malware removable. So, it's kind of cool because if you take that, Artemis Trojan, Control C, and let's go to some this sequasa. Oops. Sa. Right. So asking ChatGPT, what's this thing? The Artemis D26F87400268. Say, I'm gonna ask him English this time only. So let's go in English. It's a generic Trojan detection name used by McAfee antivirus engine Artemis, McAfee's cloud-based threat detection system. When it flags something Artemis hash, it means that the file triggered suspicious behavior matched on the known threat patterns. So there's patterns that it's being detected as a Trojan. So it may be a confirmed Trojan based on the behavior of the signature, a false positive, especially if the file is newly released or obscure. I don't think it's the case, but so we can upload it to VirusTotal for better things. And I was reading when it was back in French yesterday that this also can be used and installed for backdoors, so they could get access to your things and stuff like that. So yeah, it's a Trojan. It detected 3 Trojan. Those NSIS files. So still in the process of scanning things, but I will just let it go. And yep, AI services, even though I'm doing nothing, it is still receiving and sending on the internet without me saying anything, or it creates new TCP connections, closes some. That's really strange. I don't like the behavior of this thing. Not at all. Yeah, the same goes while when you stop the service, it shows as being terminated, but it's still working in the background doing things, even though the service should be stopped or should be really closed, but it's still working in the background. Now it is closed. All right. So we'll go back to our review. Let's start the thing again. Network. Yeah, a bunch of China IPs popping up. Bunch of them. Oh, another one. A couple others. Yep, another couple more. Boom, 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 boom. 1111. So, yep, it still has some connection to China. And 2 different sets of IPs, 111 and 159. Yep, and they do send and receive information. Don't tell me this is normal. Do not tell me that's normal. I don't believe it. Not by a million mile. Yeah, 3 different IPs, China IPs doing communications, some more appearing. Yeah, that should not be happening. That should not be happening. Where's the scan at now? Yeah, still 3. I've looked and yeah, the Maono update exe got deleted, so I'm guessing also that the nsys were deleted because yeah, that exe file has been removed. I'm wondering when I restarted the software if it did created those files back. Program data. It was under Maono link. It was Maono exes. No, so the update is not back. And what about the nsys? So that was okay. Pilote. So that one was program file x86. So program files x86 Maono link 3 AIservices.exe. So yeah, it was under the AIservices.exe. I don't see that anymore. AI services. So there's supposed to be a folder called AI services exe. I don't see that folder. Maybe it's a hidden folder. No. Or maybe it was just inside the executable. Maybe. Yeah. But it seems AI. So the AI services Maono is also under program data. Probably hasn't found it yet. But the one that was not in program data, which is another AI services exe, got removed. That was not under program data, so it's a different AI services exe file. They make it look like it's the legit one, and maybe. So what about China IPs? Yeah, still a few connected. Still transferring data from us to them. Yeah. So yeah, it has been a couple of hours. I went to the grocery store, do some things, and it found 3 Trojan on the Maono software. And while I was away, I unplugged the microphone, so the microphone is not physically plugged, but you know it still communicates with China back and forth. It still opens connections, closes them, receiving bytes, and you know it's doing its thing. So as soon as you put a trace on that service, it just complains about you're not, close a program because I don't want you to see what we're doing. So that's one thing. Stinger cleaned those 3 things, but as soon as I'm gonna probably reinstall, update the software, it's gonna come back. So yeah, or probably the Maono AI service itself would maybe put these things back again. And it just nonstop connect and talk to that service talks to China, and that's what it is. So I think there is a legitimate concerns to have about this program, this company, and whatever they're doing.